Hey friends!
Hi today.
How are you doing today? That's right, good job. So friends, we went to Homesteaders of the Southeast this past weekend. If you have already watched my video where I actually presented at the event, then you already know that we were there. But if you haven't, here is your information. We went to Homesteaders of the Southeast this past weekend. So I want to go through with y'all over what it was like, what happened, who all was there, and just give you a basic rundown so you can know if the next Homesteaders for the Southeast event is for you or not. Matt Dean from Dean Family Acres is one of the main people who put this event on. There was also Will from Dixie Meadow Farms and Ronnie from Early Bird Farms SC. Those were the three responsible for the event. It does go by Homesteaders of the Southeast. They have an Instagram and a Facebook page where you can follow them and check everything out. But you get there in the morning, registration tables up front. They have people there to greet you, get you signed in, give you itinerary of the day, and kind of just go over any questions you may have. So that is already off to a great start. Then it is basically a meet and greet. You kind of just have a little bit of time to walk around, talk to a few people, maybe have your breakfast if you haven't had it yet, drink your coffee, and kind of get a feel of the situation. And for that, I greatly appreciated it. Talk about it some over on Instagram, but I am actually an introvert. It is very, very easy to talk to my friends behind the camera. Not so easy for me to talk to people in person. Don't know what the big difference is, but there is a major difference. And while I love people and I love talking to people, for me it is very energy draining, and it kind of takes me a moment to really get the lay of the land and to warm up to the people around me before I'm really able to open up and just have a good conversation with people. So for somebody like me who is an introvert, just being able to get there and kind of look around, see who was all there, first start getting the lay of the land before we jumped into anything, that was golden. It was perfect. By the time we were ready to get started, I was ready to go. I had talked to a few people. I kind of gotten used to who I was there, and I kind of got a feel for the situation. So if you're an introvert like me, y'all, it was okay. It's nothing like a big event like Homesteaders of America. Oh, bees, 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 bees. Go away. Whew. It is nothing like a big event like Homesteaders of America where you immediately walk into 5,000 people and after sitting in line for 2 hours to get in, which we love Homesteaders of America, don't get me wrong. Love Homesteaders of America. But it's a little overwhelming, especially if you're new to the homesteading kind of conference, get-together type deals. So this would be a great way to get your feet wet if you want to just start going to homesteading conferences to meet other homesteaders. And plus, this is a local event. So we get there, we get woken up, we kind of get it taught. Matt steps in and greets us for the morning. Remember, this is Matt Dean from Dean Family Acres.
Well, I'm glad that each and every one of y'all came and showed up to hear a bearded guy talk. I just want to kind of tell y'all a little bit about who we are and what we're thinking. And one of our key things is to connect each and every person here. And for that to be a local connection, I think that's key. I know that some of the other events that I've gone to that were larger, they're really, really cool, and you get to meet people from all over the country. You do run into people who are local too, but you kind of lose that connection. People who do things in California are a little bit different than things that happen here, right? Again, just the biggest thing is for us to be local and for us to improve the way of living, and for us to always put family first. I know that's key for my family as well as a lot of other people here.
Okay, so Matt speaks. We kind of have a little bit of a moment to kind of just chill, talk to each other a little bit, and then get in our areas for presenting. I was one of the first presenters. Me and Les Bentley Homestead, they spoke of animals on the homestead. Because I was recording my presentation, I didn't get to record much of theirs, but I did record some of it. Les Bentley Homestead is great people. I had so much fun talking to them. If you don't follow them on Instagram, you totally should do that. They go by Les Bentley Homestead. And then Dave also has one called Dirt and Sawdust, I think is what it is. I will leave his username right here. We talk often on Instagram, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I enjoyed getting to meet them in person, especially after having an online presence with them and being able to talk to them online, getting to see them in person. It was awesome. After that, we again broke out into small groups. As you will notice, the theme of the day was get in small groups, talk, make connections, meet people, really focus on your local groups, your local areas, and who's around you. I was able to kind of talk to some people, work through some problems they were having on some meat rabbits issues, talk to some other off-gridders, see what they've got going on their homesteads, compare it to what we got going on our homesteads, and kind of just make some connections about where they're getting supplies for different issues, where we're getting supplies, and where we can all work together on that. So that was fantastic. I met some wonderful people there. One that I met there that I really enjoyed talking to, who has a YouTube channel, is Capone Cabin. If y'all have not heard of them, I will link them down below. They are building an awesome cabin out of logs. They're doing it themselves, and I love the work they're doing on it. They really have it set up to maximize natural resources, natural cooling, you know, different techniques. It is awesome. It is so much like what I am hoping to be able to build here on our homestead in the future, so I'm watching them for ideas, and y'all should watch them too. If you're looking into building an off-grid home, or if you're just looking to build a energy efficient home that uses a lot of natural resources in it, go check them out. I will link them down below. Then I also met another really good friend. I'm not going to give her away just yet. We have had a great Instagram friendship, and I'm hoping she's starting a YouTube channel. She's also an off-grid family. If she wants to say who she is, she can comment down below, so check the comments for that. If not, as soon as she starts a YouTube channel, I will let y'all know so y'all can go follow her, because she is another one of my really good friends. We've had a great online friendship going on for quite a while now, and then to meet her in person was awesome. And that is the theme of Homesteaders of the Southeast, meeting people in person and being able to form those actual connections. It's great to know these people through Instagram and through YouTube, but to actually see them and interact with them, y'all, that's golden. Okay, and then we once again broke out into presentations. This time there were 3 presentations going on. We had Big Bear Homestead talking about predator control on the homestead. Had Farm with the Red Door talking about fermentation and how to ferment things. And then we had Early Bird Farm SC talking about forest and trees and stuff on the homestead, and really how to get all of that to work together to have a big food-filled, fruitful forest, which was so cool. And I'm pretty sure each of their presentations are somewhere on YouTube. I will find you the links and try to link them all down below. But here are snippets of each and every one of them.
Who can guess what was the first domesticated livestock animal?
No.
Was it sheep?
It was. Sheep and goats.
There you go. I just showed up too. Thanks.
Who can guess the breed of chicken that is the most prolific egg layer? White Leghorn, that's
The
correct.
white leghorn.
They do almost an egg a day.
So, there's been one that was recorded to do 7 eggs in one day.
We run Big Bear Homestead out of northeast Georgia over there, right across on the river, right on the side. I mean, Savannah's like right there. We're kind of like kissing cousins with people in South Carolina. We have 21 acres. We've been doing this for 16, so 15 and a half years.
Yeah.
Here is the most important thing that I'll probably say the entire time when we're talking about predator control. Everything in the animal kingdom follows its food source. It doesn't matter if it's a mouse or if it's us. They're going to go to where the food is. Now, the difference when it comes into when you're dealing with predators, it's all about the calories. So the more difficult that you can make it, where that raccoon has to spend more calories than what he's thinking he's going to get from a chicken, it'll knock a lot of that down. Raccoons are very easy to get into a cage trap. One of my most favorite baits is dried cat food. You can put that in just cut the bottom off of like a little water bottle like that. Cut the bottom off, put it in there, put it in the very center of the cage. The back of the cage. Behind, because you got that foot plate that'll sit up like this, the trip plate, set it back right about here. But this is the most important part if you're gonna try to catch him in a cage. The most important part, right here in front of that foot plate, take a stick and just run it through the side of the cage and in there. Because that's gonna stop him from placing that paw right there in front of the plate and then stepping over the plate. That's gonna force him to step on that plate because he doesn't want to step on that stick because he's afraid that stick's gonna snap, and he has predators that are after him too. So he's gonna try and be as quiet as he can be, but get him to step on that. To be able to get him to step on the plate, it'll close the door behind him.
So I'm going to talk about the few reasons why I love to ferment before we get started on the actual procedure. I love that it connects me with my food in a healthy way. You know, when we go to the grocery store, so much of it is toxic. We don't know what's on the ingredient labels. I love that, like I said, it's healthier. I love that I can take a product and actually not maybe buy so many probiotics and enzymes from the store. I can actually make them right on my counter and I can eat them myself. I love that it doesn't need anything fancy. Now, if you've studied or looked into, and you know you haven't done it yet, but you've kind of looked and seen the world of fermentation, you think there's so many tools and you know you're gonna have to spend all this money, but you can get fancy, you can buy stuff, but you don't need it. For a long time, all I had was my jars, my produce, and my salt and my water. That's really all you need. You don't need anything fancy, and I will talk about a few really cool gadgets, and I do love those things, but you don't have to have them.
You have plants that attract good insects like bees and ladybugs, so you might plant something that repels bugs like marigolds. One example you'll see in a minute, I have garlic planted around mine, so garlic helps repel deer and rabbits, but it's also something that you can harvest, you know, so it's a dual purpose at that point. It also helps, I'm planting it around my fruit trees, so it helps repel borers. You know, you have a lot of trouble with peach trees, and you know, so this planting all this stuff is supposed to help eliminate the need for spraying your trees with you know, fungicides and stuff like that.
Friends, we had a great time at Homesteaders of the Southeast. I don't know if y'all figured that out through the theme of this video. I highly recommend it. It was very small. This was their first event. I think they had 100 tickets to sell, which they sold out. It was on Memorial Day weekend, so some people had plans that kind of clashed with it, and I think 75 people showed up, which is fantastic for a very small, intimate group. So many people met other homesteaders there who raise pigs or raise chickens or something that they can get each of them from. Some met neighbors who were, you know, 30 minutes, 15 minutes away, where they could really call for help in a time of need. I mean, it was just fun, and there were kids running everywhere, playing. We met 2 other little boys there named Declan, which was really odd and very confusing. We, you know, met all kinds of people there. It was just a fun time. There are several people who were there that I did not get on video. I don't know if y'all noticed this time, but I didn't do interviews. I really focused on being there, being present, talking to the people around me, helping them with whatever problems they had, and just relating to other homesteaders, which is a very nice change. I love interviewing people. I do. If y'all have not seen my Roots and Refuge farm video where I went and interviewed a bunch of other YouTube creators, you should check it out. I will link it down below. But I love to interview people. But for this event, it was very nice to kind of just chill and relax and just talk to other homesteaders around me. It was a very laid back event that we really enjoyed. One person who I met there in person that I have not mentioned yet in this video is Meg Fisher. Another Megan, so that means she has to be awesome, right guys? But her and her husband are the creators behind the Farm Where You Live event. If you have not heard me speak of this event yet, it is in the Spartanburg, South Carolina area. It is looking to shape up to be a fairly decent size event, especially for their first one. They still have tickets on sale for it. It is not expensive, guys. It is not an expensive event. It's more kind of like, I don't know what you'd call it, more like a festival. There will be different booths there, different homesteaders selling different things, talking to you, interacting with you. They have different special classes that you can look into. You can pay a little extra to go see Joel Salatin speak. I think they may still have VIP tickets on sale where you can actually have breakfast with Joel Salatin, I think. Check their website. I will link it down below also. And Meg, if I messed anything up, please comment that down below. But y'all should check it out. It is June 18th. It is this month, just a couple weeks away. We will be there. If you will be there, comment down below. Let us know so we can make sure to keep an eye out for you. We can't wait to see everybody there.
I will say thank you each and every one for coming out. I know that if you want to connect with more people, I think we've had a lot of time to do that. But if you want to do that some more, you're welcome to hang around.
This concept of how Matt set everything up, in my opinion, is the most important thing that we can do right now with the way that everything is going on, you know, with the supply chains and all the other madness. Little gatherings like this, in my opinion, is more important than going to like an HOA or something like that.
You want to tell them about how we went to Homesteaders of the Southeast this past weekend and you got to play with so many kids? Did you have fun?
Don't play again?
You want to play with them again?
Yeah.
Was it that much fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? Were there a lot of kids there?
Yeah.
So you want to do it again? You want to go to Homesteaders of the Southeast again?
Yeah.
Well, there you go, guys. From Declan's mouth, he wants to go to Homesteaders of the Southeast again. And we hope you will go too.
Bye, Bobby. See you later.
See you later, friends.